Was praying and the Lord showed me a particular date for my wedding. Anytime God gives you a vision, just know that you might not have the resources or whatever is needed to attain that vision, but for God to have shown you in the process of time, in you stepping into that vision, He would make the resources available.
Mrs. Ademoye Olawumi.
Okunoluwa Ademoye.
Sorry. What's that introduction? May I say Mrs. Ademoye? Now look as if it's because I want to put Mrs. there. You have to put Mr.
I saw her in the library school, so yeah. I saw her from
He came to read in the library.
Yeah.
And he saw fine girl.
Yes.
And he lost focus.
She was ghosting me. I think you were in a relationship when we met.
I think so, yeah.
A relationship or a situationship?
A relationship? What do you mean by relationship? He didn't come in the approach of I want to be your boyfriend or something like that. We're just friends.
Just platonic.
But it was a disturbing friend, like somebody that would want to call you every day, talk to you, and I'm like, Uncle, please, just leave me alone. I wasn't even looking at him as a prospective boyfriend or anything like that. He just stuck around, He stuck around, even though I didn't pick his call for a very long time. There was a time I didn't talk to him at all because he was stressing me.
There's this thing called inner witness. I just know. After I met her, I told my very good friend, Joshua, I said, see, I've seen my wife. At some point, I was starting to doubt. That's why I was testing other waters. But what just convinced me that she was also the one was nothing ever worked out. All this, when you're in that talking stage, things are going fine. I felt that look. Just that moment when the next step is to go into the relationship, things will scatter. So I just stopped disturbing myself. Said God told Paul and Barnabas to Acts 13 that separate unto me Paul and Barnabas for the work of ministry. God specifically told them, but because they were not able to manage their differences, it didn't work out. So I am of the opinion that there is not one single person God has made, and if you miss that person, you are doomed. No, it's now even the person God has said you should be with for destiny purpose and probably ministry. If you don't still work it out, it won't work out.
This man did not ask me if I broke up with my boyfriend.
He just came.
He just
So was it a convincing thing too? Because
The day she broke up, the Holy Spirit told me. The day she broke up, the Holy Spirit told me. I'm saying it. So
Seriously?
I knew.
Seriously.
He just came back like
At that exact moment.
I have just one friend. She was one that told me even before I told her that I had accepted to date him. She told me that see this guy, he likes you. He actually likes you. If you can grieve for him. I'm like,
And I didn't bribe her.
no, he didn't bribe her. So even my friends they liked him. I was like, wait, what did I just say yes to?
She
You
didn't.
didn't think about it.
I
think
came
about it.
fasting. No. I'm not
Seriously.
joking. I came fasting. It was not beans. No, it is not. It is not a play matter. We don't joke here. That day I was to go to Futa for my project. There is this part of my project. I need to run some tests. So I think you came around to submit your IT something.
I was not even in school.
She was not in school, she was on IT. So she came around to submit maybe her IT. She came to something with IT. So my things were in the library. I was reading in the library, I was preparing. I remember the course, plasticity. Plus, that was course I studied engineering. That was course I was reading. I still remember the formulas I was reading. I left book, followed that to camp from school. So I think we went to G Sport. I got you something to eat.
Yeah.
Then we went back. So the next day I knew. So I fasted and I went to
To
ask
my
the person.
house.
Remember I said I was fasting and I was to travel that day to Ilorin. Where is Futa? Akure.
Accurate.
So I do not remember. I shall know that I was saying things. I cannot remember. Do you
And I said,
remember?
okay.
Can't remember.
I can't remember what they said exactly.
Can't remember. I shall have said
Yeah.
words. Remember the day I told some of my colleagues at work that I was getting my day. Like, why? What am I rushing? They asked me that why am I rushing that I should enjoy myself? And the question I asked is, what am I enjoying? Like, I'm a Christian, no, nothing like premarital sex, nothing. So, what do I even want to enjoy? So I was like, because it's time, and
I'm a woman. You are ready. You have an husband. Is he okay? Is
people
he
saw that I was
working?
a person with vision and focus.
Anyways, nobody questioned me like that.
Well, as a guy, there were fears, financial fears. I remember how much I was earning back then. Back then I was in Lagos. I didn't even have my own personal place in Lagos. There were things, how were we going to be able to do this? Having to now start providing for a family. But God came through. That's one thing I can say. God has been faithful, and when you lay your plans before Him, the Lord will always help you work it out. Praying, and the Lord showed me a particular date for my wedding and all. So I had known, but one thing with God is anytime God gives you a vision, just know that you might not have the resources or whatever is needed to attain that vision, but for God to have shown you in the process of time, in you stepping into that vision, He would make the resources available. So one of the first things He told me was to come back to Abeokuta. I was going to come back to Abeokuta. He made it happen, and along the way, things started falling in line. Don't want to take things together, and yeah.
It was not my spec. Have you seen Ibuku when he was in FNAB? Did you see his picture?
No, I was.
You know, I told you that the day he came to ask me out, it's not me that answered him because I wasn't in my normal self. I would have said, "Tori Kini, why? What's this nonsense?" But he told me, and I said, "Yeah." Immediately after he left, I was not thinking about it. That please, what is that? What is it that we are now in a relationship like this, like this, like this? Because so it was not as if I was making decision for myself. There was something else that was pushing me. Because if I think about it and I go back and say, it was so and something that made me to fall in love with him, or it was I'm not sure there is a particular thing. It was just his persistence, and it was just there, and God just backed it up. That's all I can say. My husband will pay about 20 something thousand naira for DSTV subscription. In my house, the highest we paid for DSTV subscription or Go TV subscription was like 6,000. Oh, 9,000. So I now got into marriage. This man wants to spend 20 something thousand. I'm like,
So
why?
see, there are some things you were denied as a child. Now that you are an adult and you can. So for me, even the DSTV, the only thing I watch on DSTV is football.
It's football. And we are not at home most of the
And we are not. I'm not. I don't think we are TV people.
No.
We are not TV people. But the fact that that now I'm my own man, I want to be able to pay subscription, and I want to be able to watch football anytime. So I think you had the argument. So I think because I wanted that to also pay part of the money.
Oh, that was where the problem.
That was where the issue came
because you want to pay 20 something thousand. I say don't pay. You not say I should still not bring money. I should give you part of the money. It could not work.
So for a while, I just vexed and I did not pay, and I suffered it because I
Who suffer?
I had to start paying back.
No, we can fight. We can fight even
we,
while
we
we
will
talk.
we will fight. So when we go to bed, we'll finish the fight.
We
Then
can
when we
resume it
wake
in the
up
morning.
back in the morning, we'll continue.
Like real life.
Real life.
This one is like real life.
So even when we
Fighting does not mean that we are just in disagreement at that point in time until we come back to agreement before we can now.
So one thing we
move
do
on.
is, no matter how big the fight is, we don't leave each other in the room. We don't.
We'll stay there.
We
We
stay
fight the
there.
fight.
We fight.
We move on.
So I might be fighting you, and if you cough, I'll tell you sorry, but I'm still fighting you. So I think one thing I learned is, in marriage, how you fight is more important than the fight itself. Are you fighting to solve that matter, or you are fighting to win? Most people fight to win over their partners. At the end of the day, if I win the argument, we both lost. If she wins the argument, we have both lost. So we are fighting to win over the issue, the matter at hand. So that's the way we see it. So there will be days I'm hungry. At times I go for a walk.
And it can be difficult. It's not usually easy to not fight the person that I'm married to.
So you
So-
need, in that instance, I think one thing we've learned to do is to slow down and sort out the issues. So many at times when we allow our emotions get in the way, it becomes entangled. So you must learn to slow down. Now figure, most times, can I talk really? Maybe what is causing the issue can be sex.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Maybe that's the foundational problem. Probably we've not done something, we've not ministered to each other in a while, we've been busy, so it's building up frustration. So when we detangle and we now minister, we now see that the matter has sorted itself out. So it was not about the matter, it was about ministration.
My husband will buy cornflakes. He will buy groceries. Cornflakes especially, I will drink it, and he'll come and ask me that who took the cornflakes that I did to you. I'm like, wait, so maybe it's just two of us in this house. So he expected that before I took it, because he put it in a particular place. Before I took it from there, I should have told him. That was a problem. At the start. I'm like, what do you mean I have to tell you before I take this thing? Why did you buy it? He said he bought it for us, but I should have told him before I took it.
Let me defend myself.
Okay.
So, I used to believe that, okay, I don't mind getting two things of the same kind.
Okay.
It took me a while getting used to it. So I like to have my own thing, your own thing.
Mhm.
So, for example, that conflicts. You know,
He bought mine and he bought his.
There's a particular type
brand.
There's a particular brand I like. I bought two of them. So I expect that it's your own.
Okay, don't cross over to my side.
I won't touch her own.
It's marriage.
But now, we've adjusted. I've adjusted. In my house, if you want to switch off lights from the gas, you will see pano. She has even scattered my head. For her, she will tell you pano C or pano. It doesn't make sense to me. I think one of the first fights we had was plantain.
It was plantain.
Plantain.
She doesn't like that.
No. We both like plantain.
We both like plantain.
The way we fry it is different.
She cuts her plantain in cubes. I like my plantain flat. It was, to me, it was like, are you normal? Why would you fry plantain in cubes?
Like serious fight.
That was like our first major. Like, why would you, like, are you like,
I'm like, what do you mean?
is that normal man
like
being
this?
busy? She felt, I was like, what is this? What is this young lady? This is not how we used to eat plantain in my house.
But now I won the fight.
No, but anytime I still fry my plantain, I fry it my way. But anytime she fries, I eat it with love. When I want to fry pepper, we use vegetable oil. She fries pepper with palm oil and red oil, with palm oil and vegetable
I
oil.
mixed it together.
For the first 2 weeks of our wedding, I could not sleep because I was not used to sleeping with someone on the bed.
I don't like sleeping so.
So it took like almost a month. I started normalizing after like 2 weeks. I could not sleep.
I wake up in the middle of the night, he's awake. I don't have
This
problem.
one, she can sleep on water.
I don't have problem.
She can
But
sleep on water.
he had that issue. What
So,
else? There
a
are
lot of
different
culture-
things. You can't get everything right
You won't-
before you go
yeah,
into marriage. You
you
can't
won't be
get
able
everything
to.
right.
There are some things you start seeing in marriage and
Ready for
surprises.
differences, surprises, yes, in every aspect.
First things first, I believe in feminism, but keep feminism away from the family. People might castigate me. I believe in feminism at work. Women should not usurp authority in the family.
Okay.
That's like saying they should not have been seen the family.
Not necessarily. Submission does not mean you don't
Submission
have a
does
say.
see there is a way you will submit so much that you'll be the one in control. Women don't realize that. That is the folly of our generation. There are things that she can make me do without fighting me. She knows the way. She knows how to tell me to do things. There is a way she will look at me. I will conform. So there is a way you submit up to the point where the man will there is not something happened recently. I think I was with some of my colleagues at work and I wanted to buy a shoe. Right there in front of my colleagues, I think I had 3 of my colleagues there. I picked up my phone, I called my wife. I want to get this shoe. What do you think? To some people, they'll be like, come on, God. But it's because of the way we've built that relationship. I won't spend a kobo most times without telling her.
Say most times.
Most times without telling her. And she didn't force me to do it. It's because of the way she has submitted. And there's a way you love your wife into submission.
My voice is louder than it is.
She's a tout.
My voice is louder than it is, but you will not know it. You won't feel it because I will just keep quiet. But I've said a lot.
And there are some things I don't need to talk about. She knows my stance on it. The moment she thinks about it, she hears my voice in her thoughts and she kills.
I can't say you, sir, because you said you have strong head. It depends
so
on
it
who
depends.
started
It depends
the
on who
issue.
the Holy Spirit talks to first, or who hears the Holy Spirit first.
Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's him.
So
Most times it's him.
most times it's
actually.
me because
Most times.
there was a day I was angry with my wife and I went into the other room to pray, and God said, "Go and talk to your wife." I said, "Are you whining me? I want to come and spend time with you."
Okay, for our own, because I think every marriage is peculiar. They are different. For instance, if we were both working and getting monthly salary, maybe that would have worked. I say, okay, this is how much I'm expecting at the end of the month. I'm going to put it, but I'm not expecting a particular amount at the end of the month. He has a specific amount that he's expecting at the end of the month, and his money is more than my money. So I feel he has to carry most of the responsibilities in the house, right? So it will be unfair of him to now be saying, my wife, you have to give me this particular amount. Where do I want to see it? I'm an entrepreneur. There are things escalate easily. I might have 200,000 naira in my account and I'm balling. I feel like I have money. Tomorrow morning I have 0 naira. Why? I've spent it on business and all of that. So he has to understand that. So there are times that I will have more money than him. There are times that you have more money than me. We just have to
But
feel
you
each
usually have
other's.
more money than
You
me.
always have more money than me. So we have to
Just make
we
that.
have to feel each other's spots. Whenever there's a lack, somebody should just feel it.
What about saving? Like saving for the future?
So my husband does not know how to save money. He
No.
earns. Let me
Put
talk.
it in context.
He earns a lot of money, but he does not. If we don't fight, we will not have savings.
Do I waste-
We will just.
do I waste
It will
the
not
money?
waste it. To me, I don't understand where the money is going. But
No, what do I actually do with the money?
he spend it on the house
And
me,
and
I
and
don't
help
know.
people.
and is a charity. If you ask me for,
Please
so-
cut that part out.
Okay, sorry.
So that in fact, charity has closed.
That buy
I
no,
don't
because
buy.
when we look at clothes, you do not buy clothes, you do not buy shoes, you do not buy.
I just the
you do
same
not
say it. I dash out money.
He
a lot.
dash out. That dashing out is the problem. So we needed to curb that. We thought about it. So I eventually, the solution I made was I had a percentage. This is your salary. I don't care how much you're getting. This particular amount, give it to me. I'm going to save it for you. So that's what we did eventually, and it has been working.
So
So
don't care about how you spend
the rest, right? I don't necessarily care.
Please,
Because I know that it's not as if
wasteful.
it's not wasteful. He knows that he's not supposed to waste the money. It's just at the end of the month, we will just not know where the money went to.
I would have shared it.
Yeah, we would have shared it to different people. So we needed to do something about that. So I had to come in. Or else we'll not have one cover. You will save, and
I'll
before we know
save,
it,
I'll
he has
save.
gone to withdraw that savings and spent it without permission. He's very caring. I think that's very obvious from his personality. Me, I'm not very caring. I'm strong.
She's a tout.
I'm a tout.
I
Yes,
call her tout.
I'm
She's
a
a
tout. I feel like your head is paining you. Did you use paracetamol? Why did you not use paracetamol? Okay, you used paracetamol, but you eventually went to stress yourself. Okay, sorry. That's my take on the issue. Why did you not take care of yourself?
So
I told you to use paracetamol. Did you use
a
it?
classic example. Throughout this week, I was not feeling fine. We were both not feeling
Yeah,
fine.
we're both not feeling fine.
But mine was like on the. So I'm this kind of person. Once I rest and I get more energy, I believe that let me go and do what I wanted. So I think when did I go to the market? On Wednesday. On Wednesday. So I felt I was feeling no okay. So I stood up.
And I told him before I
So-
left the house, please don't go anywhere.
What I
Rest.
did was she didn't know that I was expecting her to hide my car key and the house key. Because she has done it once, she locked me in the house and went out.
It was not intentional that day. It was not intentional,
But I
it
was not
worked.
feeling fine.
But it worked.
So I just ensured that she didn't take my car key. So I was like, once she goes out, I'll go. I went out, went to the market, attended to some of my customers, and right there in the market, the sickness came back. So I was like, if I call this young lady, she's going to laugh at.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
So I ended up calling her. She's like, oh yeah, pele. She laughed at me, but I knew that she cared.
But I
That's
cared
my
now.
own, that's her own way of caring.
That's our way of showing it.
She will insult you and tell you, okay, how do we solve this? That's her own way of care. So we all have different care languages.
No, I think we have a way of solving our issues without involving a third. We don't need to. There's a level of maturity that he has, and that I'm also building up to. That we don't necessarily
So,
need to
please,
involve.
you need to save this clip and send it to me. She said there is a level of maturity I have that she does not yet have, that she's building.
I'm building up
So
to it.
please, I need this, please,
50,000.
please, so that in the near future, if she's passing out, I'll just show her. He said,
No, it's not in every aspect that you are mature.
don't change your words.
Okay, we move.
We move.
We are the Ademoyes, and we are live on Timawale Studios, and we're here to talk about love.
Okay.